All right, so for this week's assignment, it's going to be very similar to what you did last week. You guys chose to watch Lifted last week, and you filled out a story elements chart just like this one that's on your screen. And you're essentially going to do the same thing, except for you're going to take the video that I went over on page 24 and 25 and kind of take that into consideration, as well as I'm going to go over the video with you. We're going to watch it together. I'll pause it every so often. I'll probably scroll through a little bit faster as well. But I'm going to speak over and kind of talk about things that could go on this story elements chart. And then you guys get to decide what you're going to end up putting on there. But take note of what you're putting on, because I'm going to grade this one a little bit harder than I did last week, just because I've given some different points and that kind of thing. Okay. So I want you to also kind of take note as to how I have my area set up. So I have the assignment actually pulled up, which is really helpful. I also have the video pulled up because having the video in front of you when you're filling out the story elements chart, or having the story in front of you, is very helpful and beneficial. So that way you're not just like inferring things, you actually find that information within the story. Okay. And then I also have my notebook in front of me. I have page 24 and 25 available, so that way I can reference back to this to also help me fill out this story elements chart. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of play this. I'm going to talk over it. Again, I'll pause, I'll scroll through different things, but if I am going too fast, you can always just pause yourself and do whatever it is that you need to get done. Something I would do is maybe even have your assignment open next to you as you kind of see what I'm doing. Because some things I say may be helpful to you. And then you can just go right in here and you can actually change the information as I'm kind of going through this video with you. Okay? All right, so here we go. I'm going to kind of talk through it and kind of see what's going on. All right, so we have Lifted right now. This is like the boring part, the exposition. We're talking about the setting right now. So obviously the setting is taking place at night. Kind of creepy a little bit. Then we also have the characters. We have this man who's inside his house, and then also this alien ship thing happening. And obviously we're going to see here in a minute. But right now we're kind of getting to the conflict. Okay, so we're getting to the conflict here, and you're going to see. All right, so we have this conflict, and you can actually kind of see it on his face. And I kind of want to zoom in here so you can see this. I'm going to open it up here. All right, so in your notebook on page 24, I kind of have a format in here for you to follow that kind of helps you to get that conflict available to you. So it has blank wants or doesn't want blank, but blank's in the way. Okay, so you're going to just basically put the character. And in this particular video, I'm thinking it's the little alien. So you can just call him little alien, that's fine. But you can say the little alien wants blank, but what's in the way? Okay, so you're going to kind of fill that in, fill those blanks in, and then you're going to go to your assignment and you're going to type it here. So you're going to say the little alien wants blank, but what's in the way? Okay, so I'm going to have you fill in the gap there in sense of what you think the conflict is. All right, and then after the conflict, we get into the rising action. The rising action are all the things that take place after this, trying to solve that conflict. So the fact that this bigger alien is sitting here doing those kinds of things, he keeps trying, he keeps writing on the clipboard. These are all types of rising action that are leading him to hopefully solving the problem. Okay, but it is kind of funny. But a lot of these things, he's like, "Oh, is this the right one?" He's trying to get ideas from him, but nothing's happening. And then he gets really angry. So this is something else that can be like rising action, or maybe in the palace is getting stuff. But all of that. He's looking at a manual. That's rising action as well. This obviously it's really funny, but all of this is that rising action. Problems not solved yet. The problem. So looking at the look on his face, if I kind of pause here for a minute, depending on what you put in the conflict, this part, could be the resolution of the conflict. You want to make sure that the conflict and the resolution match. So if you're saying that the little alien wanted to abduct the man, whatever, you could say that he did in this particular instance, but then how did he do it? And when you say how he did it, you don't want to talk about all the things that were in the rising action. You want to say what led up to that specific moment. Okay? All right. Then we're going to keep going. Decide if or is it? And you type that in the resolution of conflict. Okay. Then we get into the last part. This is like the following action. Following action just means everyone okay. So if you're looking on page 24, that also kind of helps you. It says okay, conflict's over, everything is going back to normal, that kind of stuff. Okay, so this is all kind of following action. Then the last part would be the resolution to the story. And the resolution of the story is the thing that happens at the very end of the video. Okay. So you can decide on what happens at the very end, and then when you are done, you're going to make sure that you fill in out whole story elements. Again, if you want to pause, if you want to go back, if you want to rewatch it, if you want to go back to your 3.1 to help you, because maybe you're like, you know what, I did have some good information on there, you can go back to it and then put that information on here. That's perfectly fine. But again, I just wanted to make sure to stress that because I kind of went over in the lesson about like what is on page 24 and 25, and then the fact that I also went over this video with you, I am going to grade this 3.2 assignment a little bit harder because I want to see what you gathered from what I ended up teaching. Okay. So anyway, that's all I got. Good luck. And that's all I have.